Hello friends, welcome to The Voice. My name is Andy Osakwe. Previously, we began to look at the difference between the old covenant and the new covenant, especially with respect to our lifestyle, particularly in the area of sin. We see how David in Psalm 19 verse 13, David would pray to God and say to God, "Keep back your servant from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me." That's his prayer. And then we get to the new covenant, and then Paul switches entirely, and Paul brings a new concept. Paul writes like this. He says, "Therefore, do not let sin reign in your mortal body, that you should obey it in its lusts. Do not present your members." Notice the responsibility is on us. He says, "Do not present your members as instruments of unrighteousness to sin, but present yourselves to God as being alive from the dead, and your members as instruments of righteousness to God. For sin shall not have dominion over you." Powerful statement. He says, sin shall not have dominion over you. The original text says, sin shall no longer have dominion over you. So that's a big difference, because before the cross, before the redemptive work of Jesus Christ, sin had dominion over mankind. That's why David had to pray the way he prayed. But now, God has shifted things through Christ's redemptive work. Jesus has dealt with the sin nature. And now we have the nature of righteousness. I want to read something that really tickles me every time I see it in the scriptures. It's in 1 Corinthians 15 verse 34. It says, "Awake to righteousness and do not sin." So here, Paul tells us exactly how to dominate sin in our lives. It's not by going to God and begging God, "Please keep me from sin. Do not let sin dominate me." He tells us, he says, "Awake to righteousness and do not sin." He says, in other words, become conscious of your new nature. What nature is this? The nature of righteousness. Become conscious of this new nature. And then do not sin. See, the power to overcome sin, to dominate sin, is based on my new nature. And once I have that consciousness, then I'm able to dominate sin. Brothers and sisters, this is how we're supposed to live in this new dispensation. I'll see you next week.